Morning.
Morning. Made any progress with the thesis?
Not really.
Well, if it helps, our little side project here, the one involving oil, is showing some real promise.
Did you have any nightmares last night?
Yes, I had this recurring one when Euler Jr. catches us not doing our jobs. Other than that, just some nighttime flatulence, but that's definitely out of excitement.
Tully's dreams have really gotten to him.
Look, Rune, Ted is not really operating on the level of maturity one would expect. Between you and me, waking dreams mostly occur in juveniles.
Do you think I can use the radio now?
It's still powered down, and I think we should keep it that way. The tempest is raging up there, even now, in the daytime. That could seriously cripple our equipment. I don't think we'd be able to contact anybody. Unless you want to listen to some dork playing ukulele on Radio Waikiki. One time, a few years back, I remember being unable to hear even the carrier wave from Thule, while still listening to the Moscow Philharmonic. Strange are the ways of upper atmospheric transmissions.
I understand you've found a large enough reservoir here to start drilling.
Beats me. Determining the field size will take some seismic work. But we know there's some prime stuff down there. Saturation, volume, color, sweet taste, and whatnot. Substantial bonuses heading our way if we can focus on the mission at hand.
I understand you have a long work history in the Arctic.
Too long, my friend. Too long. I've seen all kinds of creatures in here. All kinds of jaunty fellows.
What are you working on?
Tellurix, if that means anything to you. Look, we need to hustle with this thing. Bob's kid is not known for his tactfulness. I see you're making progress with those. Let me know if you find anything.
There are both pictograms and mutilation marks on the bones. Enough to turn this into an academic study.
That may very well be the case, but unless you turn that into potential profit, I don't think the company would be very interested. Otherwise, that sounds very interesting.
Everything all right?
Yes, just had a lousy night.
You're not the only one. The radio woke me up.
At least you got some sleep. I've been running those samples for, what, like 4 hours now?
If there's something I can do to help, like pick off the hairier bug legs.
Thanks, but those bugs are still microscopic. How's the bear doing?
I don't know. I haven't visited her yet. You don't look like you slept too well. Rough night?
No, it's more like personal stuff.
Haven't had any strange dreams?
Not really.
Tully had night terrors last night. Seems pretty shaken.
I know. First morning in months, he didn't tell any of his sexist jokes.
We on for tonight?
We are, but I have to zone out for a while first.
You didn't seem very happy to hear Euler Jr. was coming.
We just don't need anyone from management meddling in things right now, especially those who are full of themselves.
From my first day here, I noticed how you take pride in your past. I'm sure your mom taught you that.
Not really. She always told me to forget the bygone ages and become a trucker.
Losing you to the logging industry would have been a waste of talent.
You should see me driving a Kenworth double trailer up the Wrangell Mountains before you say that. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. Anyway, I learned to take pride in what I am after I moved to Alaska and went to university.
It's supposed to be a major oil prospect down there?
Yes, but Al thinks we need to do a little more work before trumpeting about our find.
Al thought you might have some insight on those bones and the hide he found.
If you mean as an Inuit, not that much. People often have this misconception of our cultural unity, but in reality, there are many different cultures and groups. I'm a Canadian Inupiat. In Greenland, there's the Kalaallit, although the dialect spoken here in the north is Inuktun. It's very close to the Canadian Inuktitut that my mom spoke to me. However, I took some courses on Paleo-Eskimo cultures, so I might be able to tell you something.
I found interesting details in the bones Al brought. There are knife marks all over them, and the bone marrow has been exposed in one.
That's usually done to feast on the juicy innards.
Which would mean the Paleo-Eskimos were practicing cannibalism.
No, I don't think so.
Why not? It's known to happen in extreme conditions.
Trust me, this is something that I know really well. Cannibalism is a strong cultural taboo for the Inuit. They would not do that. There's some evidence of even older cultures than the Inuit in Greenland. Degenerate hunting cults, very warlike and tightly organized, which doesn't apply to us.
Sounds like they could have practiced violent rituals.
But as I said, they were not Inuits. According to the myth, they were driven into the sea by old Inuit tribes. I have a couple of articles on the subject. I'll fetch you one. I also have another article about the mythological side. I'll try and find it for you tonight.